Democratic Socialists face seven-figure crisis amid Palestinian support that may force dreaded layoffs of staff. Oh no, professional activists might be laid off? Say it ain't so. Oh. The Democratic Socialists of America are red all over, with the financial situation so dire that some leaders are demanding job cuts and the layoff of staffers, just like corporate American entity, the Compost has learned. And why? Why are they losing so much money? Oh, right. For reasons we're about to get into, they've run out of other people's money. The DSA, which has led riots against Israel over the Jewish state's retaliatory response to Hamas's October 7th terror attack, and there it is deep in a seven-figure hole and desperately in need of a way to stanch the red ink, members acknowledge. They bit the hand that feeds them. They turned on the tiny hats that were keeping them funded. We will cut $500,000 from staff-related expenses. We will first ask for volunteers from both the director level and bargaining unit staff and have their position cut and receive severance. That's about the right way to do it, at least. If necessary, we would then explore initiating layoffs according to the DSA union's contract, the DSA officials said. Yeah, I'm kind of, at this point, I don't know what I'd do if my workplace made me one of these offers. I'd probably take it if they gave me good enough severance. Now, the situation appears to be a case of an organization that blindly seeks utopia and professes to support the working class clashing with reality and forcing it to have a balance, to balance the budget like the rest of America and even contemplate layoffs hated by labor unions. These unions, they would rather milk the companies to death and then all the members lose their jobs anyway, but the union leaders don't care. They got theirs. The DSA is in a financial crisis, and staff-related costs account for 58% of the total expenditures and 72% of our projected income, wrote DSA members Alex Pelletieri, Kristen Shaw, and Lauren Wadlin of the cost-cutting proposal. Now, the current deficit will force us to make seven-figure budget cuts. This will require us to make painful decisions that will impact all levels of the organization. Just do it all at the top, and that'll cover all of it. Yeah. So, given our current financial state, we do not believe we can have a healthy, democratic, effective organization while spending the amount we currently do on staff. Well, staff, socialists, time to pay your fair share. If necessary, we then explore initiating layoffs according to DSA's union contract. Be it resolved, the personnel committee will be responsible for determining the quantity and type of positions to be eligible for buyout or layoff, and they will assist with logistics and staff transition plan. Oh, so you're even going to pay for their transitions, huh? That's nice of you. Regressive Jewish activists are blaming DSA leaders who blindly back Palestinian groups, at least partly for the financial crisis, saying that they have damaged the group's credibility and lost support by backing the Hamas terrorists. We'll see how long they stand by their principles. Now, the DSA has long supported the boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement against Israel, and yet Israel was still funding them until now, huh? The DSA long ago fell into the trap of becoming so radical in the name of quote-unquote justice, they abandoned the mission of the regressive movement, said Amanda Berman, founder and executive director of Zionists, a group representing liberal tiny hats who support Israel. Oh, that's the real goal, huh? It's just, who cares what happens in the U.S. as long as Israel gets theirs? So she said in an internal DSA feud in current year -2 over whether it should withdraw support for Representative Jamal Bowman, who represents Westchester and the Bronx, for visiting Israel, left members already admitting they were bleeding activists and financial resources. Well, no, they unfortunately still have plenty of activists left, but not the money, I guess. After Hamas's brutal invasion of Israel on October 7th, DSA doubled down their strategy of going deep and long on anti-Semitism. Yeah, they've always been Nazis. What a shock. I'm sure they'd be the first to call us Nazis, though. That's just how it works. Got to be careful with these Nazis. They always project. Instead, this depraved idea dug them even deeper. The true regressives, whether in the grassroots or political leadership, will continue rejecting this extremist group and its hateful ideas in the name of true justice and equity, including for tiny hat Americans. But the DSA officers recommending the job cuts said the left-wing group should be buoyed by the energy surrounding its anti-Israel protests and seemed puzzled why their boycott, their bottom line is sinking. Well, who the fuck do you think it was that was funding you all this time? Where has your money been coming from? Think about that. It probably wasn't coming from Hamas, was it? Oh, that's just a crazy conspiracy theory, though. What the hell am I even talking about that for? How did this decline in revenue, membership, and overall excitement happen in the first place? This should actually be a fairly favorable time for DSA. We're living in a moment where revived labor struggles and the fight to free Palestine are galvanizing so many Americans, particularly young people. Not the people with money, though. That's the important thing. Yeah, so you might actually get numerically more people supporting you, but you're going to get way less money because the people with the money are going to leave. It's like mobile game economics. If every single free-to-play player wants one thing, but every single whale wants another, they're going to side with the whales if they want to stay in business. Brandon's disastrous policy for of fueling Israel's genocide in Gaza is creating the kind of space for an independent alternative to the Democratic Party that has not existed since Vermont Senator former presidential candidate Bernie Sanders. Yeah, seriously, guys, fuck off with that. Like, I still don't understand how anyone can claim that he's independent. Yeah, that might be what it says next to his name when he's sitting in the fucking Senate, but he was running for the Democratic Party nomination. Like, if that doesn't prove he's a Democrat, I don't know what will. Like, it's not like he was running like third party on the socialist ticket. No, he was running as a Democrat.